Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch Stormtrooper, which is figure number 9. Since the unboxing video that I did, I have picked up another one, so I have two for myself. I do actually want 3 of these altogether, and then I want 2 Sand Troopers. So, as a quick little look at the box here, we can see that it's displayed very nicely. Here you can see in from the front, you can also see in from the side, so you can definitely check a lot of the action figure, because you can actually look at the guns and you can see which guns are warped in the package by looking through the side. So it's absolutely fantastic. You don't have to look at it from the front and go, yep, I'll get that, get it out of the package, and then you'll see that it's all mangled up and everything. So I think it's nice, but it also just gives you a better perspective of the figure when you look at it in the shop. Now, there's a slight difference with the packaging on the back. This is the European version, so you've got obviously different languages here, all for warning and attention and stuff, and then all the different languages just for this premier collection of action figures is designed with exquisite detail and articulation, whereas on the US versions you'd have underneath this sticker a picture of the Stormtroopers, and then there'd be a small bio, I think, of the Stormtroopers, not that bio. And then that's pretty much it, really. We get some nice designs around here, but I really do like the look of these boxes. Orange is my favourite colour. It's a very nice, simple collector's box, and this is great for mint in box collectors, because all you have to do is just take off a piece of sellotape either at the top or the bottom to open this thing, just like the Infinite Series boxes. So you can get this out, display it for 10 years, and then when you want to sell it, you can put it back in the box and sell it, mint in the box, as long as you haven't damaged it or anything, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's great to see that with a Star Wars figure, finally a line that really does suit collectors even more. So let's get this thing open and take a look. And here they are out of packaging. These things are so damn incredible. I do have to say, these are definitely my favourite figures of all time, of the 6-inch scale, definitely. Absolutely phenomenal. I've waited for something like this for so damn long, and I just can't get over just how good these have come across. Now, with them being all white figures, you will see some variations from figure to figure. Plus, I mean, they're Hasbro figures, and some parts on them are, well, they might not be hand painted, they might be hand painted, I'm not too sure. But, paint will vary from figure to figure. And with them being white, you will notice more defects as that goes along. Now, the reason I don't think that this matters is basically, obviously, some Stormtroopers' armors are going to be a little bit worn and a little bit dirty and a little bit this, that and the other. So occasionally you'll see, like on the chest of this one here, if we bring him in close, you can see just like a little black mark there, a little black mark there. They're just little tiny spots of paint. I have actually already gotten rid of a few. You might find some just like specks of dust that you can rub off, and they're white figures, you're going to come across that kind of thing. If we take a look close up here, there's a few little black marks and whatnot, just little tiny flecks of paint. Like some areas are white paint over black plastic, but parts like the chest piece I think are actually white plastic, because we see black paint in here. So if you scratch that, you're not going to scratch any white off, you're just going to scratch the black off and then come down to the white plastic. So in certain areas you can kind of clean it up a little bit, and I guess if you just took something, I'm not sure exactly what you'd use, but you could probably take some kind of cleaners. As long as they don't take paint off, you'll be able to get these guys nice and clean, if that's what you want. But for the most part, these guys aren't super clean. They have, like this guy, you can see, it's not perfectly white. There's like bits of brown in here, there's bits of black in here. They're kind of dirty, they're kind of worn. There's no actual visible defects in the molding or anything. There's no actual battle damage or anything, but they're not perfectly pearly white. And then we come to this guy, and as you can see, the black line doesn't quite reach around all the way to the edge. This guy, it's a little bit sloppy just around the top there. I wanted this one. This was the first one that came. and then it was either a choice of this one or the other one, and I chose this because then my brother doesn't have the one with this kind of sloppy top, but you know, the one in that box is the best one really, for like the cleanest black line at the top there that I've given to him. But you know, for the most part, they may not be crystal clear, but they are very nice. So storage for the weapons, if we just take a quick look at these, is very good. As you can see, in this one I have the small blaster. I'm not going to go into the names because I keep forgetting them. I think it's like DC-15, something like that, and then the big one's something else. I can't quite remember the exact names. But so we got the small blaster in his holster. I've got the larger blaster. As you can see, the larger one does actually fit in there, and it looks very good. You know, if you don't want it on there, then great. It doesn't really matter. There's no other place to store this apart from in the box. But both hands actually have trigger fingers, so you can hold him. You know, you can have him holding both guns if you want to. But these guns fit perfectly in here, and there's a little gap there for the magazine, because this would be a Sten 99. So they got the small type magazine in there, and then they just folded the stock up, and then they added a futuristic looking scope, and then called it a Star Wars weapon. So there's a little bit of background knowledge if you didn't know what that is, but yeah, that fits in there really nice. And then let's just go into some close-up detail, because that gun didn't actually have any paint on it. However, this one does. It has a nice silver dry brush all across it, which is very nice. Well, I guess it's more of a wash than a dry brush, but it's very nice. Now this one, I really like this one because this has got much more of that silver on, which is why I have him holding this. So let's just take a further close-up look. You have really nice silver detail here on that mask. The eye pieces are just awesome. Really nice blue lines. You get these awesome bits of grey detail here and round the back. It is slightly different than the Stormtrooper costume, if you are wondering. Well, costume armour. They have different knee pieces and they have a different midsection. As you can see here, the paint on this midsection isn't as good as the one over here. Just those little black dots aren't painted as good, but that's perfectly fine. And then we have a nice grey at the bottom of the feet. They do have peg holes, so very nice if you want to get him on a stand. Not going to move him because that's how I'm going to display him on the shelf. So we're going to go over the articulation with this guy. So here we go. The head, extremely nice. As you can see, lots of movement in there. They've got a nice hollowed area there, so it can go forward and back on this pivot joint, and then he can move left and right. He can swivel, like so. He can go, and then he can go up and down, and then obviously you can get even more with that hinge. So absolutely fantastic. More articulation there than most Marvel Legends. The shoulders go out that much, slightly hindered by the shoulder armour. They go forward and back. They rotate here at the bicep, double jointed elbows. Hands rotate and then go in and out, whereas on the right hand they go up and down. So depending on what kind of pose you want him with his weapon, depends on which arm you can put it in, so you can get a bit more posability out of him. That's nice. At the diaphragm joint we get a ratcheted left and right, and then he also has an ab crunch, which is pretty good for someone in armour. And then at the legs, they go forward. This belt is removable. You can take it off at the front here, but you can go forward and back. It's kind of pliable, so it's okay. And then you've got a swivel at the top. They do also come out for the splits. Double jointed knees. The feet go up and down, and then ankle pivot. So you've got basic bookie cap kind of, you know, Marvel Legends kind of articulation, but with body armor on. Which is very nice. And the fact that obviously if you army build these, you can just interchange the heads and interchange the belts and whatnot, and interchange the weapons, so that you can have certain figures like at the front of your display that have all the best stuff, and then obviously ones further the back, if you have any defaults, it's fine, you can give them the crap belts. Maybe if the bomb on the back here isn't painted very well, or if one's very dirty or whatever, you can put them at the back. But yeah, so here we go then. Let's stand this guy up straight-ish. I'll just hold him up right here. Stay still. Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll bring in Captain America. So a little tiny bit smaller than your standard 6-inch Marvel Legends figure, just a tiny bit smaller, but we all know that Stormtroopers aren't that big, are they, if we remember from episode 4, so you know, it's an absolutely incredible figure. You get 2 weapons, not an incredible price, I have to say. They really should be cheaper than that, really, especially with things like this that you're going to army build. But what can we expect? You know, they're going to be the same price as Marvel Legends because they're made by the same company, so you can't really expect them to be a cheaper price. But you are actually getting more detail in this than most Marvel Legends. Great articulation. It's a figure that most sci-fi geeks are going to absolutely love. They'll have been wanting ever since the 80s, so I gotta say, absolutely fantastic. And there's not really much more to say, to be honest, apart from you have to get this thing. So thanks for watching, guys. That is the end of the review. If you want to keep up to date with me, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Homerino123, and there you'll see all of the pictures of my collection and new things that I buy. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe, please do so. It'll be much appreciated. Then you'll be able to stay up to date with all new uploads of the Black Series, Marvel Legends, Transformers, and much, much more. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you get this figure because it's awesome, and I'm so happy to have a couple in my collection. And I'll see you